We have a guest with us now, Bill Jungbauer, a delegate here at the convention, also a candidate for state representative here in the state of Minnesota. And you were actually a Ron Paul delegate, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
So talk about what your attendance here means. Are you going to cast your ballot for John McCain? Are you going to cast your ballot for Ron Paul?
I will cast my ballot for Ron Paul. I believe he's really represents our Constitution, much more so than many candidates the state of Minnesota has put forth the last 2 years.
So why didn't he catch on in the party? On the internet he caught on, raised a lot of money on the internet, had a lot of support that way, but within the party, diddly squat.
Well, there has been slates for Ron Paul, and there has been slates against Ron Paul. Now, the slates against Ron Paul were at higher levels where Ron Paul was shut out of moving any further. I'd say at the state convention there were 40% of the delegates there in Minnesota here that were Ron Paul delegates, yet the party put their own slate up and beat us at our own game, I would say.
You mean it's a technical reason why he didn't do well?
No,
rather than he just didn't catch on with people?
Oh, he's caught on. I'm a carpenter. I visit people's houses every day, and as a candidate, I door knock every day. I meet Democrats who say if Ron Paul was on the ballot, they would vote for him. Union plumbers, 2 of them have told me if Ron Paul was on the ballot, they would vote for him. He represents our true Constitution and conservative values, sir. He is our candidate.
Now there's a shadow convention going on just down the street here at the Target Center in Minneapolis, where Ron Paul folks are gathering together. Have you been over there? Have you been part of their activities at all there?
No, sir, I haven't, and I wish I could. But it wasn't just Ron Paul people that elected me to this position as a delegate. It has also been the people of the 4th District that endorsed me to run for office. I represent them here, and my first responsibility is to them.
Do you feel like your concerns, your views, your support for Ron Paul, and also the issues that he represents, have they been heard by this party?
Oh, yes, they know we're for real, that we are the future of this party, that true constitutionalism will come back to this party, true conservative principles, small government, low taxes, personal responsibility, individual freedom, what made our nation great to begin with will return.
Paying for what you spend?
Exactly.
Because fiscal responsibility has been out the window for the last 8 years.
Ron Paul is the only candidate I've seen of any party that has been addressing the devaluation of our dollar. We can't just keep printing money. It's like stocks. Your company that you've invested in, if they decide we're going to sell 100 million more shares, it devalues the ones you own. That's what's happening to our dollar.
Now, how do you been looking at my portfolio?
I haven't.
Hundreds of millions, yes. Now, of course, Ron Paul's not going to be on the ballot. He didn't win the Republican nomination. He made a decision not to run as a third-party candidate here. Where does your support go? Where do Ron Paul supporters go? Do they go to the Libertarian candidate, Bob Barr, in this race? Do they go with John McCain, or do they stay home?
Many people feel as if they will vote Bob Barr or do a write-in for Ron Paul. My parents, for instance, they're 75 years old, staunch Democrats their whole lives who have given to the Democratic Party. The last 2 years, they've thrown that stuff in the trash when it's come. Without any input from me, my father has said he's writing in Ron Paul this year.